we have a difficulty in accepting the truth of what is. So we live more in fantasy. We create a story. We protect ourselves with a dream, and then live our lives as if the dream is true. I'm taking liberties now at changing the Buddha's words, but this is the essence of the Buddha's teaching. We lose ourselves, we create a fantasy, an idea of ourselves, and then we live a life as if that's who we really are. And the older we get in living that way, we get farther and farther and farther away from what's truly ourselves. Often it's helpful to define shame to compare it to guilt. Guilt is, I feel guilty because I did something wrong. Shame is, there's something wrong with me. From the Zen perspective, the first thing you have to ask is, who is this me? Again, I talked about how we create this false identity and then defend it as if it's true. And then we feel this shame because this false thing is bad. Does that make sense? Can you relate? I mean, this is what happens. Shame is nothing that is foreign to us human beings. Some people feel it more strongly or directly than others. But our own ideas of who we are and who we're supposed to be, there's a gap. That gap is where shame comes alive. Or there's this feeling of who we are, and then there's what society tells us it's supposed to be. Again, generally speaking, there's a gap. And in this gap, this I'm not okay grows. And we live, and then that, to deal with that, we cover it up more and more. Thinking, okay, if I pretend it's not there, or if I don't show it, then it doesn't exist. But it festers, and it grows. And we keep getting more and more and more alienated from our own true nature. Or as we say in Zen Buddhism, our Buddha nature. Our own. So, in our practice, we start off with the question, what am I? That question, what am I, is not one that we're looking to answer with, I am this and this and this and this. By asking the question and investigating, what am I, we start to break down that false facade of a self. Or sometimes I think of it as that facade is very tightly woven. And in our practice, we're loosening the weave. We're opening it up so our own essential nature can come through.